Over 300,000 high school athletes have been affected by concussions.
I've been affected.
I've been affected.
I have been affected.
I have been affected.
I have been affected.
I've been affected.
I have been affected.
I have been affected.
What is a concussion? A concussion is a disturbance in the brain function that occurs following either a blow to the head or as a result of the violent shaking of the head. Concussions can occur during a sports practice as well as the sports games. Coaches, these are some symptoms of concussions. Please watch your players carefully for these symptoms. Up next, we will hear from a high school senior, Alex Spadaro.
How many concussions have you had?
I've had 2 concussions all within the same year.
What sport were you playing during your concussions?
Both were during volleyball.
Do you remember anything of what happened during your concussions?
Very little.
Were you unconscious during any of your concussions?
No, I never went unconscious.
How long did each concussion impact you?
The first concussion lasted for about 2 days, and then the second one lasted for about 8 days.
In that span, did you see a difference in your academic life, social life, and physical life?
Yes, all academically, socially, and physically I was impaired because I was dizzy and nauseous all the time and fatigued and had headaches, and I just didn't want to focus on anything.
Are you still affected by your concussions, and how?
Sometimes I get dizzy and get headaches and after I work out, but for the most part I'm okay.
Up next, we will hear from a high school gymnast, Amber Heasley.
How many concussions have you had?
I have had 2 concussions.
What sports were you playing during your concussions?
One was just leisurely walking around, and the other one was during gymnastics.
Do you remember anything that happened during your concussions?
Yeah, I remember everything. I was a little out of it, but I remember everyone talking to me, asking me questions if I was okay and everything.
Were you unconscious during any of your concussions?
No.
How long did each concussion impact you?
The one with the leisure activity one was about a couple days, and then I was fine. And the one during gymnastics lasted about 2 weeks.
In that span, did you see a difference in your academic life, social life, and physical life?
Yeah, I was a lot quieter and more careful of my surroundings and things that went on, and I had to make sure that I didn't fall asleep a whole lot.
Are you still affected by your concussions, and how?
Sometimes whenever I work out too hard, I get a little dizzy and lightheaded, and I have to be careful, and I get headaches real easy.
Test is one of the many companies that offer help to you and your athletic trainers in the fight against concussions. These companies offer a test for athletes to take in the preseason. Then, the athlete can test again if a concussion occurs. The testing shows what areas of the brain have been affected by this concussion. These are the pricings for the tests that you as a coach can buy for your players to take. These tests can overall save one of your players' lives. Neurologists, with the help of athletic trainers, have created specialized equipment to decrease concussions in high school athletes. These specialized helmets are created with shock absorbers to absorb the vibrations that move toward the head after a hit, decreasing the shock that occurs toward the brain. Another way to help you as a coach understand concussions is to take the free online course that is offered by the National State Federation of High School Associations. These pictures show the different high school sports that can cause an athlete to have a concussion. For example, in the football pictures, when the player drops their head below the shoulders, it can cause a concussion. Many athletic trainers call this hitting with the head. Soccer players can also obtain a concussion by hitting the ball with their head. Volleyball can acquire concussions by diving and falling for the ball. Cheerleaders are also able to obtain them by falling during their stunts.
This is Stephanie Palmer, our head athletic trainer here at Bellevue High School. Stephanie, how do you feel about concussions in today's contact sports?
I feel that due to increased awareness of concussions, they are being talked about more in the media and social networks.
How has the increase in knowledge about concussions helped you as a certified athletic trainer?
It has helped me into recognizing concussions that would normally have gone undiagnosed with the minor symptoms that are hard to recognize.
What is the main thing you tell coaches of full contact sports when it comes to concussions?
There's no such thing as a minor concussion. Every concussion is a brain injury.
How do you feel about the rulings created by the FHSAA, Florida High School Athletic Association, when it comes to RTP, return to play protocols?
I feel it helps bring athletes back slower so that way they have more time to recover to reduce second impact syndromes.
How do you feel about the awareness of concussions and second impact syndrome throughout the past years?
I feel that due to concussion awareness being increased, second impact syndrome has decreased.
What are ways that you believe can prevent concussions?
Concussions cannot be prevented, but holding a kid out long enough after a concussion for full recovery will help reduce second impact syndrome.